Hello, everyone. My name is Fride Fosseng. I'm the product manager for metadata services in Bokbasen in Norway, and I have been working in the Norwegian book industry for several years. Next slide, please. And just a short introduction of our company. Bokbasen provides digital services for the Norwegian book industry. We are owned by the largest Norwegian publishing houses, and we provide services to publishers, retailers, distributors, libraries, media, etc. Our latest updated numbers show that we have over 1,500 publishers in Norway with books in sale, so that's quite a huge amount for such a small country. We have 450 physical bookstores, 25 online retailers, 5 streaming services, and we also provide services to libraries and others. And as Jenny said, we also provide both advanced and complete metadata records. That's one of the advantages when we work so closely with the publishers. Next slide, please. A lot of our customers operate in an international and global market, so we strive to implement and use standards where it is possible. Annex 3 is implemented and used by Bokbasen, Norwegian retailers, distributors, streaming services, and the larger publishers. We also provide Mark 21 records to Norwegian libraries, and we have implemented the use of the thema categories and other standardization that is beneficial for the retailers in particular. It is Bokbasen's librarians who are assigning the thema categories, so this ensures good quality and on all publications. Our retailer customers use metadata from multiple sources, so standardization is vital. By providing ISNI in our metadata records, this makes it possible to build good search systems, implement display of author information, and easy grouping of an author's publications, for instance, regardless of the metadata source. So the implementation of standards such as Annex, thema, and ISNI helps the retailers focus on other things than importing metadata and setting up a lot of mapping schemes for the different sources. Next slide, please. What have we done? Bokbasen has, since the early 80s, had our own authority file with unique identifiers, but we have now also implemented ISNIs. To populate our proprietary authority files, we have integrated with the Norwegian National Library's Norwegian authority file. They have APIs you can use. And the authority file gives access to ISNIs, VIAF, and some proprietary IDs used in Norway. Next slide, please. This is a sketch of how the flow works for us. If a new author needs to be added to the authority file, we start by adding it to our own system. Then we check if the authority already exists in the National Library's file. If it does, we update our record with information from this authority file, including the ISNI. If the authority does not exist, we will add it to the National Library's authority file, but then it is added without the ISNI. The Norwegian National Library is in a process of becoming an ISNI agency, but up until now they have added ISNIs by integrating with YF. So this is a lot of different integrations here. When the National Library will become an ISNI agency, this will allow them to be or to take a more active role in this process. We have implemented both a manual integration, that is to say our librarians can manually look up from our authority file and check the National Library's file, and then update both ways. We also have automated check running all the time. If we have added an authority that didn't have an ISNI at this point, we check every night if the ISNI is added, and then our system is automatically updated with the ISNI. And as soon as our system is updated, this information goes out to all other parties in this metadata flow. Next slide, please. All parties in the book industry need ISNI. As both Jenny and Caroline mentioned, it's beneficial for the publishers to add ISNI to their own systems. In Norway, one of the larger publishers is running a pilot with the National Library where they can request ISNIs at an early stage in their production process because they want to use the ISNI to identify the author and use it for paying royalties, for instance. So this is very interesting and good. The retailers, as I have mentioned, will use the ISNIs to identify authors from, and the ISNI is the same if they get metadata from us or from Jenny and BDS or someone else. And it's also useful to separate people or persons who have the same name. Our retail customers have always had access to our proprietary IDs, but it's now much easier to operate in the international market as this is standardized across all metadata sources. We also we provide the ISNIs both in our Onyx records and in the Mark 21 records, so all our customers get access to this information. Next slide. This is just an example of how our system is updated. This is the Norwegian author Maja Lunde, who you may have heard of. She's translated into a lot of languages. She just published her fourth novel in the Clima Quartet this week in Norwegian. And on the right, you can see the authority record in the Norwegian authority file, where her name is, or a lot of name variants in different languages, and also the ISNI at the bottom there. So we will just link to this record by using the ISNI, and we will not add all the name variants to our system, for instance. And the next and last slide. This is how it looks in our Onyx records. The contributor element will contain a lot of IDs, not just Maja Lunde's name, but it's ISNI, it's Bokbasen's proprietary ID. We also provide an ID from the National Library. It's a Norwegian standardized ID. So all this is provided and can be used by all our customers. Okay, So this was the second to last slide, so you can go to the next one. Just to say thank you.